everybody, this is Amy. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to be painting a very simple iris. It's kind of a little bit different way to paint it, but basic easy strokes. So hopefully it's something you're able to paint, making it a little bit easier to do an iris. Today I'm going to be using Wicker White, fresh foliage, Schoolbus Yellow, Thicket, Midnight, and Perfect Purple. Brushes I'm going to be using, I'm going to use two 3/4 inch flat brushes. These are the Plaid's one-stroke brushes. And actually I'm not using that one. And then a fine liner brush by Westonia, which is actually a fingernail painting brush. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be doing it on this glass vase. It's one of the vases that I wash off to keep doing new designs on. I'm going to go ahead and start with putting in some greenery. And I'm loading my brush with the Thicket and the fresh foliage, and then touching in a little bit of the Thicket. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just start painting here, just putting in some leaves. These are going to be taller leaves just because of the type of flower that an iris is. And I apologize for the background noise. It's actually my furnace. It's in the room that I do my videos in. Hopefully it'll shut off here soon. So I'm just, like I said, starting off with painting in some of these designs before I start painting in the actual iris itself. Just painting on the front part of this vase, and that's purely because I want to be able to paint the design and not have my fingers sticking in it, because I have a tendency to really like doing that part. And I'm going over this a lot, first of all to get the design the way I want it, but secondly to make it thick, because I like for the paint to be opaque, or as opaque as I can possibly get it. And as I've mentioned in the previous videos, that just will make it more durable if your paint is thick. But you have to make sure that you don't put it on too thickly, or if you bake it, it can bubble. So you want it on there nice and thick, but you don't want it to be too thick, or your design might come out a bubbly mess. So just so you know, and that's a risk you take if you're doing a design that you know right off the bat is going to be too thick. Maybe you're doing a lot of dots, maybe I'm just trying to think of some other designs, because there's some designs where you're just, you're putting them on pretty thick, and you know that they're thick just right off the bat. So if you think it is, the coverage is possibility of bubbling. This paint will allow you to air dry it and cure it in that manner, so that that's not going to be at risk of ruining a design. I'm speaking from experience, yes I am. Especially if you're doing like line work, anything that's thick, like dots, a lot of times can be thick. You just have to be very careful. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. You can always add more leaves in, you can fuss with the leaves as you go, basically up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my beginner leaf, and I'm going to just put it up here at the top. And I'm going to stroke over it again. I'm combining on this, I am combining the Midnight, the Perfect Purple, and white, the Wicker White, just so you know. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a little wiggly leaf going up into the first petal that I did. Then I'm going to come over here in hopes that you can see this. And I'm sorry, I am a lefty, so sometimes it makes it a little bit difficult to see around my hand. And that way I'm doing this, definitely is another way to do this with different types of leaves, but I think doing your basic wiggle leaf like this can be a little bit easier for people, just to keep it this kind of, and not be doing more of a rigid edge. I hope that makes sense, because I did another one a while back. You might even want to take a look at it. And whoops, I feel like I got too much for whatever reason. I must have dipped my paint in there wrong. So when I do videos, it's like, don't do exactly what I do, because sometimes I do them backwards. But anyhow, I'm just pulling this in, and then I'm just swooping it back up. Take some paint off my brush. And I just turned it. And I go over it again. So I'm basically coming in here, wiggling the brush, coming up, and then pushing it back like that. I like the purple and the Midnight together. I think it's a really pretty combination. Now in this next stroke, you can do it without it. I like it. I had seen a design painted like this, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in. But I like having the leaf come down like this, as opposed to all of them being up, except for a couple. So I went ahead and put it in there. So look how pretty that is. Very easy. I don't know if I've just made it more difficult in the past, or I felt like it was more difficult in the past, but doing it with this type of a leaf truly does make it easier. So then I'm just going to come in here and then just throw some inside color here, because what we're seeing right now is the inside. These little petals are what would be typically inside the iris. So that's why I'm adding this to the inside. And you can use any kind of a liner brush. Thought about using my favorite long bristled liner brush, but I'm just going to use this one. And I'm going to use it on any of the petals that I feel would be coming, would be laying down, laying out. They would typically be on the inside if they were up like these other ones were. And because I chose to throw this one in here, I'm going to do the same here. Because it's definitely not the back side of the leaf or the petal. I always want to say leaves, but that's not right. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think this would be an easier way to paint an iris? If you think so, give us a comment below. If you have a favorite way of painting one, I'd love to hear from you. Please share. That would be awesome. And again, I think oh no, that's a petal underneath. Whoop. Not a blooper, that's a petal underneath. So there you go. Very easy, I think, at least. Easier than some of the ones I've tried in the past. Alright, if you like this, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And also, I'd like to make one more request. Hit that share button that you'll see underneath the video once you're finished viewing it, and share this on your social networks along with sharing them with your friends and family. I would certainly appreciate it. Alright, until the next time, you have a good one.